Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're going through the cash cows in another very short video. I'm almost tempted to get rid of this segment for the year, given that we have literally basically no debutantes that have that are able to be picked up really this week, because you're not going to pick up Show and Maker or even not going to pick up Billy Dowling off this week. So there's really no one this week, and I'm almost going to use this segment to sort of just not downplay, but sort of cross off a lot of players that are sort of potentially being picked up when they probably shouldn't be. And so before we jump into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into this video. So as you can see here, again, we still have Joe Richards as the top guy in terms of break even with a -20, but he's on the bye, but I think he's still a good 2 to 3 weeks away anyway. But he's not going to be useful at that time because 376k for him, I just don't see any use. As his scoring isn't really top of the line, so he's sort of just there or thereabouts. And there's sort of guys that you can get easily for that type of thing. Billy Dowling, he's averaging 72, but he's on the bye, so no need to bring him in, even though I've already got him in. Ari Schoenmaker on the bye as well, another guy that I think would be the guy to talk about this week if he wasn't on the bye. I wouldn't be bringing him in this week, but also I think that he will be the guy next week, obviously, with a -9 break even. 236k, he's in the prime position. Joel Amani had a big game and he averages like 50 for a reason, or if not even lower. As you can see here, when he doesn't kick a goal, he's basically bound to score in about the 20s or 30s. You can even see this game here, a 21 after kicking a goal. So he really relied on a lot of the goals there. He scored 55 of his 131 in the goal scoring metrics, and then also 21 plus 24, so 45 plus a free kick, so 46 plus. So he scored, I believe, 101 out of his 131 from non-disposal acts, which is just unsustainable. Biggie isn't going to play, I don't believe, so he's just sitting there at 344k, sort of just chilling out like a lot of the other dead rookies. Jai Menzies, I believe, with Redmond coming back this week, I did chat to some Essendon fans, and basically it was just a move in the space of a couple of weeks just to get him down back to see how it would work, and I don't believe he used the ball too well, and they've got Mason Redmond coming back. So I did look into this one, and I did ponder why he was sort of actually scoring well, but it was just 2 games down back, and I don't think he'll necessarily score well after that, especially if Redmond comes back into the side. Bodie Yuland, he's tracking really well. I just wonder if after the bye, Gold Coast are gonna maybe use the ball a little bit quicker and fast paced, and it's gonna lead to him maybe potentially getting limited disposals, back to sort of that lockdown player that he was earlier. I mean, he did play a lockdown role against Sydney and put up a 17. You've seen a 26. So I just think this is way too dangerous, and there's other guys, even like sort of McKercher, that you can probably grab instead of Bodie Yuland, who are probably more likely to score well. Patrick Voss, 266k. I just don't think he gets a game. Neither does Vicentini. Warner came back in, but that was a late out for Heath Chapman. I don't expect Heath Chapman to be a late out anymore. Let me go back to the AFL injury list here. AFL injury list for Fremantle. Heath Chapman is a test again, so they'll see. There's confidence he'll be available, so that should knock Warner back out of the side, so I wouldn't be picking him up. Sean Manor could be an interesting one if they decide to play him or not. He definitely should be played next year from what I've heard, actually, given Stengel's going to probably drop out. Or move on. They're probably going to play Sean Manor, is what I've heard, next year, but next year is next year, and we want stuff for this year. And it doesn't look too promising for him. Yes, Tanner Bruin did go down with an injury, but they do have the likes of, if I go back here, it should be here, Dangerfield returning, Zach Tui, Toby Conway, and Ollie Henry all available, and Guthrie is still a fortnight away. So they pretty much have a full squad available. So I don't expect either Sean Manor or like a Mitch Hardy to even debut. Kruger's on the bye. Will Hamill's on the bye. Sam Day. When's the last time he played? He played in round 10. We're up to round 15. So he hasn't played in like 5 weeks. And yeah, I just don't see him getting a game. Logan Morris put up a 51. I think this is sort of, he's calming down now. 14 break even, so he probably will still gain another 30 or so K. But aside from that, I don't really see him gaining much. And he's not going to be a scorer on field, so there's no point grabbing him up. McNeil, no. Laurie could be an interesting one given their given Petrarca out for the year, and I've heard some good things. So he might be the one that comes in. Could also see Tholstrup come in. They could also use maybe another midfielder. Maybe Tholstrup even, I've heard, potentially could go on ball. I think that Pickett will probably be used more on ball, as well as potentially one of the, is it like halfbacks? Salem may also go on ball a little bit. If we go to DFS, you'll sort of see who they used in game. Where is it? Here we go. CBAs. Melbourne, in the last game, they went to using Pickett at 83%, and then Sparrow 26%, and Salem's role completely fell off, which is a little bit of a surprise. Yeah, it'll be an interesting one to track that and to see what they do with that. They even gave Laurie 13% there. So will be interesting to see. I think this one is a wait and watch on team list tonight to see what occurs there. Ethan Phillips on the bye. Shane Braun won't play, I don't believe, now that they're starting to get their guys back. He was sub in 2 straight games, so I don't think he even really should be considered. Toby Pink, he's playing, but he's playing as a forward, and key forwards might be the worst spot to play on the field, like statistically speaking, for fantasy points. Just because they don't get the ball rebounding around the back like a key back can get. Sometimes a key back like Harris Andrews has had some 100 scores, and they basically need to kick like 6 or 7 and be a good marker to actually get up the score. So yeah, the key back might be the worst position. Josh Sinn's injured, Fantasia's injured, Lloyd Johnson's injured. Riley Hardiman could be one also that comes back in. Because who did they lose? I swear they lost someone. But yeah, I'm not too... I think that Colby McCurch comes back in, which means that Hardiman won't come back in, but we'll wait and see on that one. Hipwood just had a bag, and that was following his 6-goal bag, so he had the 2-goal bag after that, and that's sort of what I was saying with the key forwards, is they really have to be a marker to actually score well. But you can even see with Hipwood, he averaged 61, and that's even with a 140 in there. So, yeah, it kind of proves that point. And then Corey Warner could be a chance, but I think he still needs another 1 or 2 weeks in the VFL to then push for selection. But that's one's team is very, very set, so it would be very hard to crack into that team. And Peatling could be back into the rotation finally for GWS, but they do have Cornelio returning as well. So I doubt that he will be back in now, thinking about it actually. Especially with Toby Bedford doing such a good role in that midfield. And you can see Peatling didn't even play last week. So yeah, that kind of proves that point, that he's sort of just in and out of the side as that sort of almost next up midfielder. But anyway, that pretty much is the video there, going through all of the cash cows for round 15 of the 2024 AFL Fantasy season. And I will see you back here for the trade targets video in a little bit. Bye guys.